Hey, woman wholesaling houses. How you guys doing? It's your girl, the Jackie Jackson, and I'm just checking in with you guys. I'm actually sitting in a Starbucks right now. And I was like, all right, let me just go live real quick and give you guys some guidance. So I've seen like a whole bunch of posts recently about cold calling. So I was like, all right, well, let's talk about it because it obviously is like a real challenge. So people are really kind of anxious about it, you know. So you ladies are a little anxious about cold calling. So let's talk about cold calling and the steps to being successful in doing so. So this live right here, I believe I'm on my mobile device. So when you're on your mobile device, you can actually add another person into the call. So if somebody wanted to do some role playing, if one of you ladies were brave enough to do role playing with your right here, right now, let's get it popping. There's no time like the present, all right? So if you wanted to role play real quick, who wants to be the seller, who wants to be the buyer, who wants to be the investor, we can go ahead and do some role playing so that you can get comfortable with the conversation and you don't feel so anxious about calling and talking to anybody on the phone. So cold calling, right? So that's what this live is all about. It's all about communication and making sure that you're successful in your desires to make a deal over the phone, right? Everybody wants to do a deal, but not everybody is comfortable in their communication. A lot of times you're afraid that you're going to be rejected, or you're afraid that the person is not going to answer, or maybe they're going to ask you a question that you don't know the answers to, like an objection, and you won't be able to overcome it. So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what that process looks like, and if you wanted to do some role playing, you can just, I guess, down at the bottom somewhere in this live, you guys can request to be added to the live, and then we could do like a quick role playing, and I can share with you what I would say when I'm on the phone with sellers. So I'm on the phone all the time. All right. So first things first, when it comes on to cold calling, right? I actually don't consider it cold, So that's the first thing that you want to eliminate, is you want to change your vocabulary, because the very word cold automatically puts your mind in a disposition that this is somebody that's, going to have like a negative outcome on the opposite side. Cold means like frigid and restrictive, and you got to bundle up and be all tense. So it's not a cold call. You want to change it to an opportunity call, because that's what you're doing. You are actually creating an opportunity not only for yourself, but for your business as well as for the other person's life, right? So the phone calls that you make are to uncover opportunities, and not every phone call you make is going to result in an opportunities, but more than likely when you do make them and you uncover those opportunities, you're going to find that you're going to have good success, right? So the first thing we want to do is we want to exchange the word cold for opportunity. So when I'm training my students, I make sure that I just change their whole mindset and their whole perception about it. You're looking for opportunities, right? Because that's what we want. We want opportunities, right? So we're going to make opportunity phone calls. So in your opportunity phone call, what are you doing on the phone with these folks? The only thing that you should be thinking about is screening the call for their motivation. You really just want to find out if they have any interest at all. Like, it's really not that deep. If they don't have any interest, then you're just going to cut the phone call short. Like, okay, you don't have any interest, so I'm going to move on to the next opportunity. You got to think about it that way. You don't want anybody to waste your time because you're looking for another opportunity. Does that make sense? So don't be afraid of it. You're just screening for opportunity. All right, cool. All right, so first things first. So when I call, there's a couple of different lists that I may call for motivation, especially if I'm trying to do wholesale deals and I'm looking for those types of opportunities. I like to call people that have multiple layers of motivation. So what do I mean by that? not only just absentee owners, because you can have absentee owners, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be motivated. Just because somebody owns a property and doesn't live there doesn't mean that they're motivated. So when I call absentee owners, I'm looking for both in-state as well as out-of-state. So absentee owners can live within the state that the property is located, as well as live out of the state that the property is located. The second criteria that I'm looking for is the age of the property. So I'm always looking for properties that are like maybe 20 years old or 25 years old or more. And you can find that information on your local property appraiser's website. Some of you ladies mentioned that you buy lists from List Source or maybe Melissa Data, someplace like that. You can always enter any of those criteria on there. The next motivation that I always look for as well when I'm calling is age. Not only age of the property, but age of the person, okay? So what do I mean by that? The age of the person is important because as we change in our own personal lives, as we go through the different phases of our own lives, right? Our needs are different, okay? So in the earlier part of our lives, we're looking for a lot of cash flow, all of that kind of stuff, right? So we may have investment properties, we may have a whole bunch of different things. Other people want the same thing too. But as they get older, now their disposition changes, their needs changes, so now they want to liquidate those properties. So I look for property owners that are like 65 and older. I do. They say don't age discriminate, but it's on my list. So I'm looking for people who are like retirees. And normally, guess what retirees are? They're home. So when you're looking for opportunities, you want to talk to people who has the highest probability of answering the phone, right? So I look for like people who are 65 and older who also have older properties, which means that those properties have a higher probability of being owned free and clear, or they have a very tiny, small mortgage on it, right? Which is what we need when it comes on to wholesaling anyway, right? You want properties that are free and clear. You don't want properties that have mortgages that they just bought it like 5 years ago. That don't make any sense, right? So let's see, what else do I do? I only look at properties that were within that medium household price in my neighborhood. So I want you ladies to go to just Google and just do, medium home sales in your town, USA, or whatever market you're looking at, right? You want to stay in your sweet spot. Does that make sense? Just stay in your sweet spot. Not too low in the hood where nobody don't want to live, and then you want to go to not too high where it's unaffordable and a lot of people just can't buy, they can't afford, they have hardships. It's like luxury houses, that's cool. If that's what your market is, but you really want to stay in the sweet spot of your area. All right, so now that we got those criteria down. So sweet spot, older homes, and older individuals who are home, both in-state and out-of-state owners, okay? And then you can layer it with like even another motivation. Maybe they're behind on their taxes. Maybe they have code enforcement liens. I mean, those are all kinds of different layers of motivation that you can do. Anyway, so the purpose of this live right now is to talk about opportunity calls, aka cold calls, the stuff that you ladies don't want to do. All right. So anybody on here wants to do like Josephine. Okay, awesome. So I haven't taken any wholesale class yet. My knowledge is still, all right, cool. So Josephine says, sure, I'll do it. She'll be the seller. All right, cool. So you want me to be the investor. All right, cool, Josephine. Let's see if I can add you on here. I'm not that tech savvy, so we'll figure it out. Let's see. A guest. Allow viewers to request to join as a guest in your broadcast. Yep, I do. And I want to do Josephine, or Josephine, I'm trying to add you right now. Or Josephine, if you have an opportunity, maybe at the bottom of your screen, you may have, there's some icons down at the bottom. If you click on the one that looks like a person over a person, is like two heads. If you click on that, I think that will allow you to add to add yourself, and then I can accept. I think that's how that works. Ah, you just did it. You're the bomb. All right, hold on. So I'm going to approve you, and you will be added in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There goes Josephine. How you doing, beautiful?
Good, I'm rocking my baby, so
I love, love, love it. Well, congratulations on your baby.
thank you.
Yep, shout out to all the beautiful moms out there. Whether you have a child or you don't have a child, it takes a village to raise a child. So that's dope. All right. So you are starting your wholesale business, and you're a young mom. I could tell, a young mom. So
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So you're going to be the seller, right, in
that's
this
correct. Yes.
situation. Awesome.
Yep.
So I'm going to be the investor. All right.
Okay.
So that's the role playing that we're going to do right now. So remember, you're going to keep your scenarios up, right? So
Yep.
you know what? We're just going to wing it. How about that?
Sounds good.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
Awesome. So you ready?
Yep.
All right. Cool. Ring, 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 ring.
Hey, hello.
Hey, hey. Is this is this Josephine?
This is she. Yeah.
Hey, Josephine, this is Jackie. Jackie Jackson. I'm so excited to talk to you. Oh my gosh, I have been looking for you like forever. I'm so happy that you answered. Is this a good time for you?
Sure. Yeah, we just finished dinner, so yeah, sure, this will work.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I apologize. Totally, totally, totally. I know you don't know me from anywhere, right? So I'm just really excited that you answered the phone. I was just going through the county records in your county, and the county showed that like your house is vacant, one of your properties is vacant, or something like that. Like the one that you have on Main Street is
Yep.
unoccupied. Is that
hmm
is that true? I was trying to see if like maybe you were like thinking about selling it, or were you renting it, or what were you going to do with it?
Uh, my husband and I we're contemplating it. My my sister was deployed, and she kind of just left it in our care. And yeah, as you can see, we've got a kid. Um, so as you can hear him on the phone, and we just don't have much time to take care of it at the moment. We have been thinking about possibly letting it go since she's not interested in moving back here anymore. Um, she's enjoyed Germany,
Oh my
so
gosh, what? Well, first of all, I just want to say to your sister, you said that she was deployed, so just want to let her know that thank you for her service. That's first and foremost. So the house on Main Street belongs to your sister, and then she deeded it to you. Is that what's happening here?
no, so we had them as tenants.
Oh, okay. So it's okay. So you were renting to your sister, and then she left,
Correct.
and then now it's vacant.
Yeah, and we just really just want to rent it to some family members because we don't want to do the whole landlord thing. And now she's gone. So my husband and I have been debating whether we'd put up for rent again. So it's been a house that's been in the family, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
And we were renting it out to her, but now she's not there anymore, and we don't really feel comfortable with renting it to
Got you. Yeah,
non-family
renting.
members. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I know that renting sometimes is really, really tough because, you know, previously you had your family in there, so you knew that somebody was going to take care of it and love on the
Mhm.
house and just really make sure that it was maintained, right? So that you didn't have to have any out of pocket expenses with repairs and stuff
Correct.
like that. But when you put
Yep.
somebody in there, then, all of those variables come into existence. So you're thinking about selling it. How much are you thinking about selling it for?
Well, it's on Main Street. It's in a good location. So it would ideally be a good rental, but we're looking at probably about 230s.
So that sounds like an interesting number. How did you come to that particular number?
Well, well, we have a friend that's a realtor,
Hmm.
and we've been batting around with her on it, and she said that's what the comps look like in the area. So we're contemplating putting it up for that, but then we could rent it out for about, I don't know, probably about 1,200 a month.
Okay, okay. So share with
which is kind
me.
of low if you look at it, if you look at the
Yeah,
mortgage. So,
exactly. And I was just about to ask you that too. I was going to ask you, like, did it have a mortgage on it or something?
nope, it's clear.
Okay, so you own this property free and clear with no mortgage on it. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, but the price that you're thinking about selling it for is like full market value. Is that what you're needing for it?
A little above, but at this point, we're not in the state anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you noticed that, but yeah, we're
Yeah,
not
I
in the
know.
state anymore.
Yes, I did notice that no one lived there. That's the reason why I was calling because I was so concerned for you. I really was because I mean, squatters is a real thing. People, just moving into your property and taking it over.
Mhm.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, it stresses us out a little bit. The only good thing is that it's kind of on Main Street, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Um,
So I was looking at the values of that property as well too. I definitely think it's possible for you to stretch to get there, but it's going to be a challenge because just from the outside alone, I could tell that there's some like deferred maintenance. When was the last time like you guys did some like updates and repairs to the house? And I'm talking about like repairing the roof and painting the house both inside and out. When was the last time you
we
guys
had
did that?
we had some gutter work done. About I'd say probably beginning of last spring
Mhm.
because we did, it was yeah, pretty much gutter work because we were told by a guy that it was messing with um I guess the sidewalks and stuff. There's just getting water all over the place. It's just going straight down.
Yeah, and
It
that's going
wasn't
to
going
cause you to
anywhere.
have, right, that's going to have some
So
water
we had some
intrusion in the
gutter work done.
house. Okay.
Um,
But you didn't
so
you didn't share with me like when was the last time the roof has is it the original roof on the house?
the roof was redone, I'd say about 8 years ago.
Okay. And then what about the rest of the house? Is the kitchen updated or when was the last time you replaced the cabinets and the kitchens and the bathrooms?
The kitchen I'd say is early 2000s.
Wow, early 2000. So it's 2019 now. So would you say like
So
it's
I'd
50?
say about 2004.
Oh wow, so that's like a 15-year-old kitchen, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, because today's buyers are looking for like HGTV, so you would probably have to like update that kitchen if you're gonna get top dollar for that.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about the bathrooms?
The bathrooms, the master has been redone.
Oh, and when you say redone, what do you mean? Like what was redone in it?
Um, as in like shower door, there's no shower door has been redone as in it has that more of that newer style, like
Mm-hmm.
sliding with the nice, not, like the barn door kind of idea.
Okay.
That has been updated. So
Oh,
the
that's
master,
fancy.
yeah, kind of that. It's a bigger master surprisingly for the age of the house, but yeah.
Oh
So
wow. I was looking at the some of the older permits because like I said on the county it had showed that the house was vacant, so I just kind of cross-referenced some stuff and I was looking
mhm.
at some of the existing